Thank you very much for joining our session. Uh, have you ever come across a situation when you were traveling abroad, your mobile internet was not working, you were trying to talk to the contact center agents in your native language, had troubles helping them explain what the real situation was and what was the real issue? This is not the only example. If you think about it, there could be practically multiple such examples which you could recollect from your day-to-day life, where the language barriers have resulted into a frustrated customer experiences and issues being not resolved. I am Gaurav. I am a principal solution architect based out of Bangalore, India. With me, I have Jakesh, who is an enterprise solution architect based out of Mumbai, India. Coming from a country where we have 120 plus languages and tens of thousands of spoken dialects, we both thought, why not solve this challenge of our customers of a language barrier using the power of cloud and AIML services, which can enable seamless customer experiences for the users. Let's just get started. From a session today, we'll be covering at a high level a brief about the project, different scenarios, what kind of solution components that we have used, what kind of scenarios, what kind of access mechanism we're thinking of, key AWS services being used in the solution. We have 3 cool demos lined up, and I'm sure you'll be able to very easily relate to them to your normal day-to-day challenges which could be coming across while you interact with the contact center agents in different languages, and how this whole thing comes together from an architecture perspective, and and finally some key takeaways for you from the session. In this fully connected world where we have users or customers across the globe, it not only brings a lot of revenue potential, but it also brings in a unique challenge where you need to serve customers who are coming in from different countries, from different using different languages, and connect them to the right set of contact center agents. And let me remind you, today contact center agents are the face of the company because they are talking to the customers when they are actually in need. So leaving a pleasant impression on the customer's mind while doing those interactions is really important for any organization. Till now, we have been talking about how language barriers can impact customer experiences, why it is important to address them in a right way. Now, let's talk of a scenario where there are customers and agents are talking in different native languages to each other. And how do we build a solution which can automatically identify the language being spoken by the customer? It does real-time bidirectional translation between the conversation happening between the customer and the agent, which not only results into improve agent's performance, but also about making the customer experience better. And if you look at in the digital age today, the customers interact with agents in multiple ways. It could be using web, it could be using Alexa devices, it could be using social platform like WhatsApp. And how do we build a solution which kind of covers different access mechanism, different language combinations, and still give a very native experience to both sides? The few of the key services which we have used, so we'll just briefly go over them. The first one being Amazon Connect. It's an easy to use omni-channel cloud-based contact center solution that help companies to build superior customer services experiences at a lower cost. It supports both voice and chat. It provides flexible chat APIs to build asynchronous chat experiences, which means the customers can interact with an agent for a longer duration and take pause in and out. Amazon Translate is a fully managed neural machine translation service that delivers high quality, fast, affordable language translation in 55 languages. Let's go to the first demo. The first demo is basically where we have a customer whose native language is French. We have an agent whose native language is English. They are using a web interface. Customer is basically requesting the agent to change his order booking for a ride share service. So let me play the demo for you. So you can see that customer is logging to the portal of the rideshare service. Is entering his name Matthew. Initiates a chat session with the agent. Once he initiates a chat session, it basically causes an alert to go towards an agent. Agent accepts the chat request. On the right side, you see a customer screen which is interacting with the agent on French. On the left side, you see agent using his native language, which is English. He asks for the booking ID. Once the customer gives the booking ID, it's basically going in the background and checking the details of the customer. customer puts his two requests: one to change his start of origin for the rideshare service initially, and then also gives a request that he wants to change the date from 15 December to 10th of December, and is hoping that there is no change in prices because of this request. So agent in the background is now checking whether checking the details for the customer, and very soon is able to come back that yeah, the changes have been done and there are no cost changes for the customer. So this gives a very native experience here. The customer speaking in French, chatting in French language, agent on the other side is using English and chatting in English language, and still able to serve the customer well. Let's go to the second demo. Second demo is my personal favorite. It basically uses voice. And when voice we feel is a very native experience for any human. What we're doing here is we have a customer whose native language is Hindi. We have agents whose native language is English. Customer is using an Alexa Echo Spot to communicate with an agent. And here is the other part is the customer is using voice, agent is using chat, and they're still able to converse over different access mechanism, over different languages, and still being able to get served. The scenario here is the customer is basically requesting for a delivery status of his food order ID, gives his order ID, gets the status, feels it's running delayed, gets a freebie, and then eventually puts a request for a contactless delivery. Let me play the demo video.
अलेक्सा देसी बाइट्स शुरू करो।
नमस्ते, देसी बाइट्स में आपका स्वागत है। आपकी मदद करने के लिए पहले मुझे अपना ऑर्डर नंबर बताइए।
मेरा ऑर्डर नंबर 1234 है।
So here you see my colleague Jackish. He's trying to use his Alexa Spot to connect to an agent. He initiates a chat conversation on the other side, gives his order number.
आपका भोजन तैयार हो रहा है और 45 मिनट में आपको वितरित किया जाएगा। मैं आपकी और क्या मदद कर सकती हूँ?
मेरी ऑर्डर की डिलीवरी में इतना ज्यादा समय क्यों लग रहा है?
So once he gets to know that his order is taking 45 minutes, he's a bit worried why it's taking so long.
बड़ी ऑर्डर वॉल्यूम के कारण आपकी डिलीवरी में समय लग रहा है, इसलिए हम आपको मुफ्त में एक रसगुल्ला दे रहे हैं। मैं आपकी और क्या मदद कर सकती हूँ?
मेरी ऑर्डर की कॉन्टैक्टलेस डिलीवरी कर दो।
Once he's happy that he's getting a freebie, he understands why the order is taking so long. He requests for a contactless delivery to the agent.
जरूर, संपर्क रहित वितरण के लिए आपका अनुरोध नोट किया गया है और इसका ध्यान रखा जाएगा। मैं आपकी और क्या मदद कर सकती हूँ?
और कुछ नहीं।
धन्यवाद, फिर मिलेंगे।
So now you can see customer speaking Hindi, talking to his Alexa device, still able to interact with the agent on the other side who's chatting in English. Two different languages, two different access mechanisms, but still getting a very native experience for each of one of them. Now let's go over to the third demo. Third demo basically uses a social channel, which is WhatsApp. The customer here is a native Spanish speaker. The agent native language is English. They are using WhatsApp as a mechanism to interact with each other. The scenario here is the customer is not very happy with the mobile internet not working for him. He reaches out to the agent, asks why that delays, why that issue is happening for him regularly. He's facing this for last 2 days, and then post checking his details, agent kind of not only helps him solve the issue but also helps him upsell a certain package to the customer. Let me play the demo video. So on the left side, you see a WhatsApp interface where the customer is interacting. In fact, Sergio is interacting over his Spanish language. Once he initiates a request towards an agent, the agent gets a chat request to be accepted. Agent does a welcome to him, wants to understand how can he help him. And if you look at both sides, they're both interacting on their own native languages, which is Spanish on the left side and English on the right side. And the customer is trying to explain his problem that he's not able to get his mobile internet working, he's not able to access the internet application. This is happening for the last 2 days. Agent is now checking in the background what's actually happening for his account. Once agent checks that, he sees that he's actually overutilized his data package. He's been using 2 GB, but he actually should be using it, looking at using it 5 GB for his monthly usage. Suggest him a new package. Customers understand that the problem is getting solved for a longer term, and gives the consent to buy a new package for on a monthly basis. And once the problem gets resolved, he kind of acknowledges that it's mobile internet is working for him, and gives him a very happy space to not from a longer point of view. Now, going through all these demos, you must be interested to see how this whole thing comes together, how different services have come together to give you a very simplistic end user experience. So if you look from an architecture perspective, you have users on the left side, which are using the different channel mechanisms, which could be web, Alexa, and WhatsApp, like what we see in the demos. In the center, we have a service broker component, which is running on an Amazon EC2, which basically takes a request from the customers, initiate a chat request towards an agent, which is being served using Amazon Connect in this demo. On the way, it uses different services like Amazon DynamoDB, which is a NoSQL data store, to manage the session context. It also uses Lambda for certain business logic, and then also uses Amazon Translate, which basically does two things here. One, it automatically identifies the customer's spoken language. Second, it helps to do a bi-directional language translation between the customer and the agent. So what did we learn today? There are a few things I think we want to leave this as an impression to you. First, from Amazon Connect is an omni-channel cloud-native contact center solution. It provides flexible chat APIs. It helps you to easily build multilingual chat experiences for your customers, and it can be using different access mechanisms since it's an API-based service. Amazon serverless and API-based AML services makes it really easy for developers to add ML capabilities to any application. Alexa Skills offers a very native and personalized experiences for our customers using Alexa devices, and can connect to any extendable software platform out there. Lastly, in this connected and digital age, customers and users are spread across different parts of the globe using different native languages, and we really need to see how the technology like cloud and AML services can help you build a very simple solution which can improve the customer experience from a completely new dimension. Thank you so much for attending our session. Thank you.